Good morning. It's July 23rd. It's right at 7 right now. That was a big storm right there. So I woke up at 3 o'clock and saw some lightning, and there's quite a bit of lightning actually. And I pulled up the radar. I'm like, shoot, yeah, that's gonna stay to my west. I'm like, that'll stay to the west and move north. It looked like it wasn't gonna miss. The hourly play-by-play said it wasn't gonna hit, and sure enough, at 4:30 I woke back up. I couldn't even hear the lightning, so I'm like, all right, yep, it's not gonna hit. And I decided just to go back to bed, not worried about it. And I fell back asleep. I went to the, I thought about this for a while. I walked up and walked to the bathroom, refilled my water bottle, came back and looked the radar again. I gave it 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden woke up at 4:30 with a bunch of lightning, and it was loud this time. I looked at the radar, I'm like, yep, that's hitting me. So the issue was, I made a camp last night intending not to get rained on. The chances of rain then were about 7 o'clock, and I'm like, I will be packed up and out of here by then. So I made an extremely hasty camp. Not really, just purposely that way. Flies are biting. I don't want to call it hasty, but just I set camp up to the way I expected it to go. And I only used 2 stakes on it just to hold the foot out wide. That one already pulled out, you can see. You can see my water bottle sitting there, and it's holding the pool of water right there. And I'm like, oh, I couldn't stake down the guy lines for my rain fly up high. So I got my food bag hooked to the others and just another gear bag over here holding things up. Yeah, there we go. Another one, a gear bag holding this supplies. I stayed dry the whole night. So you can see back here is where the lake's at. And they had a nice bike path that went from that campground to this downside dam. So there's a little trail down there that hits the water. Looks like it's grass there. That's where I will get in the water today. This lake shoots up and then left about 2 or 3 miles and heads down with the river. And then at the end, there's a little recreation area, a boat ramp on both sides. That's the last portage. The reality of finishing this river was gonna be tough. I knew it was gonna come down to the wire. Now, I feel like it's not gonna come down to the wire. It still can, but I feel like I can push it up, and I might have a full weekend before I have to go back to work. I'm out on the water. It took me a minute longer to portage than I thought. Just dragging in and putting in not a boat ramp and not just a clear sandy bank was rough a little bit. Took me a minute, but we're in now, we're going, but it's still fine. I marked on my map where 45 miles is for the day, or at least I got it in my head where it's at. So now I'm just gonna crank these 3 miles, get to where recreation area is at the end, and move on. So I'm looking forward to seeing the river. So it's about 10:25. I haven't really made any miles for today because that lake was shallow and full of weeds. So, and then there was a side wind coming on, and it was just had its hiccups. And I didn't get out on, it was not really a smooth portage or anything, but I slid in and got going, and now I'm out on the river. But now we are looking forward. There's all river. Yeah, it's just gonna be a go. We're gonna see how the weather goes this evening. That's not supposed to be around till 5, I think, so that's 7 hours from now. 7 hours, 5 o'clock. I'll probably check the weather several more times before that, but I'm gonna keep going, make good miles, and we'll see where we get today. Hopefully I can get to that average mile point to be above it. I'm extremely confident that every morning I can start on this river, I will get those miles in. Very confident. So I'm gonna get going, and we'll have a day. All right, I'll talk to you later on. I'm sure I'll check in, but yeah, now I gotta watch out for wing dams and whatnot, and we'll keep her going. Here's what we got the river looks like. Decent miles since I've been on the river. Situation. That cell, when I look at the future cast, that's gonna hit about 6 o'clock is big. It's a big one. And 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock's my golden hour of moving. I'm gonna reassess where I'm at. There is a park, Recreate County Park or something like that, and there's a large pavilion by the boat ramp. I'm going to assess my situation there. Though I really want to push, it might not be a bad idea for me just to say, hey Shane, we're gonna pull off there, dry out my gear before it hits. I'm gonna reassess the situation there. Odds are, I hate to just say like I'm making a plan now, if it stays on track, I'm gonna stop. If that, I can tell it's banking up, the winds change directions, we're getting more clouds in. Can't see that it's not dark or anything, but I can tell it's banking up out there to my west. I'll probably end up stopping. Mitigation of risk, that's all it is. I'm mitigating risk by doing it. Okay, so let me give you an update. I pulled off the river about 5:15 because the first round of storms was supposed to come through at 6 o'clock-ish. I'm at mile 781, Clay County River Access. Today's day 53. I'm averaging 29.03 miles a day. To finish on Sunday, I need that's 17 and a half paddle days from now. I need to average 44.6 miles a day. And I was shy today, I was 30 miles. I started late, had a lake, had to portage, got in the water, portage, and then now. So it was a slow go morning, and I got smacked by a storm this morning again. Not terrible, but it was just enough to make everything getting going tough. So when I pulled off the river, I thought there was a couple out here on this landing taking engagement photos or something. I kind of came in quiet. I left my boat over there and it was sunny out for a minute. So I started drying some stuff over there and then the rain came, so I wrapped it up. But I came over and filled up my water bottle at the drinking fountain. And I talked to one of the ladies just standing there. I thought it was a friend or something. No, it was somebody with the county or this town that's up ahead in the Chamber of Commerce. And they were shooting a commercial. And then a whole posse of people came in, a guy with a boat, and they were getting ready to do some things. So I made friends with the boat guy. And we got chatting off to the side, and he said, asked what I was up to. And I told him the story of the trips and this and that. And we got talking. He thought it was real cool. And, next thing I know, they all were leaving. They called it. They were going to do it tomorrow, shoot the water scene. And he came out of that parking lot back there, pulled it up here. I knew something was happening. He's like, hey, is there something you want from town, like something to eat specifically? I'm like, oh, just anything. I'm not picky. Anything's fine. Just a burger will hit the spot. I don't like to be an inconvenience, and I know I'm not, and he said I wasn't. And I'm like, anything will be great. I'm like, anything. And so, yeah, he said they're going into town. I go, just bring me your leftover, or bring me a burger, and we'll be good to go. And so, yep, he said, I'll be back in about an hour. I'm like, whenever, I'm not going nowhere. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm hanging out. I got my journal almost all the way wrote with. My stuff's almost all dry. And I already got my battery charging over there. But yeah, about 8 o'clock, there is a big orange section on the map. Yeah, I can see it coming in, really banking up out there. Yeah. I would have liked, so it's 5:30. I would have had 3 more hours of moving. I would have been very close to that, 44 miles. So tomorrow, I'm going to get after it early, look at my weather report tonight, and just get after it. All right, so the boat guys just left. Man. Holy cow. What great dudes. One of them thought I was with the camera crew. So they brought me out dinner. 6 egg rolls there and a Reuben sandwich here. I guess their friend owns the brewery. And they brought me one of the brewery's beers and a Busch Light. Taste of home, they said. Yeah, we just had a great conversation. We all hung out and we had a beer, drank together, talked. They ride bikes, so we talked about maybe doing the rag ride together next year. They brought me a t-shirt too from the brewery. It's wild, the people that I meet on these adventures, and people are nice and generous, and you know, this is more than most. Usually it's just fun conversation and then make some Facebook friends, but holy cow. And this meal right here, you know, usually I need a Nero day to get to good night's sleep, to charge things up. You know, early in the river, I was fresh. I was strong. I was feeling good. And lately, I can tell this trip has been taking a wear on me. And it has. It is. I feel beat up. I'm very glad. I'm ecstatic. There are no more dams. But when I pulled my boat up that boat ramp, I was beat today. And I only got about 3.5 hours of sleep last night, maybe. So I'll probably be sleeping in a half hour. That this good meal, food in my belly, good calories, a hot meal, good conversation, good night's sleep, this might be enough to drive me the rest of the trip. It's good. This is enough. It was a morale lifter tonight, for sure. Not that morale was down and bad. All right, I'm going to go back to eating. That just, good dudes, good dudes. So I've had most of the storms go around, and it hasn't produced any rain since right when I got here. But boy, that food was good. I'll say that one more time. But it has been producing quite the lightning show. I don't get it out here. It's never thunders too much. Just a lot of lightning, no thunder. I don't quite get it. Just every now and then there are rumbles. So that last thunderstorm came and went, and now it's just wind and rain, and yeah, wind and rain. That's it. So yeah, it's made it glad I've stopped for the day. Good morning. It's about 5 o'clock now. Got my camp almost broke down. The tents all broke down, and my bedding's picked up, my sleep system, picking up the tent, and gonna get it moving. Just lightning and lightning. Never really made much thunder. And then, I don't know how long it was later. Yeah, it made lightning and thunder. It did. It was loud then, and when it rolled in. And it woke me up, and it was on us. Never rained then, and I was still just like, oh, I could have handled this elsewhere. And then the wind picked up, and it dumped and dumped. It dumped enough that I came over here and got my battery away from here, and it spent the rest of the night inside the tent with me. Got to rest early. Pretty good. I woke up a few times. It's hot. It's hot. I'm sweating my guts out through the night too. So I'm waiting for that sleeping bag liner to start stinking too. So yep, I'm here, gonna pack up, move down to the river. Hopefully I'm down to the river before sunrise, get the boat packed, and then at sunrise, once I can see, I'm taking off. All right, catch you later. A little after 6:15 now. I'm on the water rolling. Sunrise today was at 6:11. We're out here going. Hopefully I can make up a little bit the miles that I lost yesterday, but if not, no big deal. Goal is just to make it beyond beyond the mileage I need to finish, daily mileage. River's still pretty wide here. Got quite a few free-flowing islands. When I talked to the gentleman last night, they mentioned that it does get a little narrower, and I kind of expected that. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get out here and slide along and make decent miles a day. The mornings, it's always nice to make miles in the mornings and the evenings because it's just that little bit of cool, the wind's quiet, fewer boats if you're in boat territory, and the river's changed, so I thought I needed to give you an update. And I felt like I was clipping along. I knew early this morning, I got my phone out and I checked, I was at log in the river there. I was lollygagging, digging my phone out and everything. So let's get by it, and then we'll start talking again. All right, so it's 1:30. I got on my phone pretty early and checked, and I was like 12 or 15 miles for the day. I'm like, holy cow, we're making good time. And just got it out again. And so I'm at about mile 35 for the day, and it's 1:30. So we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm gonna keep that up. Yeah, it's a good day so far. The cloud cover is making it amazing. It's still a little warm, but just the cloud cover that helps out a lot. Tons of wing dams on the outside of every curve. Or inside of every curve, excuse me. And but at least that's confident places that I think I'll be able to set camp out tonight. In about 10 miles I'll hit Iowa, and South Dakota will be in the taillights, but we'll check in there. Things are going good. River's this is the channelized river. Yeah, I'm able to zip right along now. Gonna make up the miles I think that I lost yesterday. All right, so we got a new alert going on. We got Nebraska, South Dakota, and now we hit Iowa. Woo woo! All right, so we had a little new state alert there. Things are looking good today. Things are going good. It's getting on 6 o'clock, and had a thought, just a memory came into my head. This is the first time I've really been able to really execute this, and it all just happened at once, and then I just had a flashback. So when I did the lower Mississippi River from New Madrid to the Gulf, it was so hot, like hot as it was a few days ago, and just being so hot and boiling. But one of my favorite things, and just a memory that's seared into my head, is this time of day. 6 o'clock, and the sun's starting to get lower in the sky, and you can start kayaking in the shadows from the trees. So that it feels like, the temperature was already starting to cool down a little bit. And then once you get in those shade trees, it's like, relief. Relief from the heat of the day. And today was pretty cool. It wasn't a bad day. Just here about, 4 o'clock, it started getting hot. So I'm not overly wore out. I slept good last night, so I'm gonna make sure I eat plenty tonight. I lied to you and myself one more time again. So I saw this wing dam. There's probably a handful more, don't get me wrong, as I go. But I saw this place, saw a nice campsite, and it's 7 o'clock. I was on the water 13 hours today. On the water 13 hours. I got on right at 6 o'clock, and I'm just now getting off. I think I can call it a good day. It's just after 7 o'clock. I've been beat this whole trip. Today I'm riding a little high on just the good mileage. This current is that's something, man.